Okay, good morning everyone. Shalom Aleichem, Bruchim Abam. We're continuing in Mishna Berura, Daf HaShavua, Siman Kuf Mem Aleph, Sif Beis. Lo Yikru Shnayim. Two people should not read. Trei Kali Lo Mishtamai, the Mishna Berura says, Sif Katan Vav. Ela Ha'oila Koreh Ushliach Tzibur Shoisek. The one who gets Aliya reads, and the Chazan is silent. Oy Shliach Tzibur Koreh, or the Shliach Tzibur reads, Va'oila lo yikra b'koram, and the oila does not read out loud. U'mikamakam tzaruchu likrois ima Shliach Tzibur. Nevertheless, he has to read with the Shliach Tzibur, kedei shaloi tehei berchasei levatala, so that his bracha is not levatala. Ela shetzarach likrois benachas, he has to read softly, shaloi yashmiya la'aznav, so that his ears do not hear it. And what if his ears do hear it? It's okay. Even if his ears do hear it, it's not a problem. It's not any better than tefillah, where your ears do need to hear it. Says the Mishna Berura, Lo yikru shnayim detrei kali lo mishtamai. Two people should not read because two voices cannot be heard. Ushliach tzibur shoisek. The shliach tzibur is silent. Miu im ha'oila toya b'nekudos abatam mesayeh b'lachash. If the oila is reading it and he's making a mistake in the nekudos or the trop, then the shliach tzibur assists him quietly. Oy shliach tzibur koreh. U'kiminagenu, according to our minhag achshav, now shala oilam hashliach tzibur koreh. Nowadays, the Shliach Tzibur always reads it. Afilu kishaha'oila hu baki. Nowadays, that the Shliach Tzibur always reads it, even if the oila is proficient. Kedei shaloi levayesh esmi she'eno yodea likros, so as not to embarrass someone who doesn't know how to read. Meaning, according to our minhag now, that the Shliach Tzibur always reads, even if the oila is a baki, in order not to embarrass someone who doesn't know how to read. That's why it's our custom that the Shliach Tzibur reads. Also, and this is probably more likely, you're going to have people who claim they know how to read. Like a guy who says it's my bar mitzvah parsha. You have the bar mitzvah parsha syndrome of a guy who doesn't know how to read, but he thinks because it's his bar mitzvah parsha, he knows how to read that parsha. But the same way he doesn't know how to read other parshios, he also doesn't know how to read his bar mitzvah parsha. So because of that guy, we say no, the chazan, the Shliach Tzibur, should always read. That guy who's reading his bar mitzvah parsha, the tzibur is not yotzei. He's going to cause a whole ruckus if we don't let him lane when he gets the Aliya. Therefore, loy plug, the Shliach Tzibur should always read. What if you're a Bal Koreh and you get an Aliya? Should you read your Aliya? No. Loy plug. Whoever is the Bal Koreh, then there's a takana. It's not a takana, it's a minhag. It's a minhag. A minhag has a din of a neder, especially minhag at tzibur. Likrois Shliach Tzibur. That's so mikamakim. He needs to read with the Shliach Tzibur. Nevertheless, he needs to read with the Shliach Tzibur so that his bracha is not going to be a bracha levatala. How is that? Hainu mitoch haksav. From a written text. Levatala, so that the bracha should not be levatala. Doloi mistaber sheyivarech ha'oila al kriyas hashliach tzibur. It's not mistaber that the oila should make a bracha on the kriya of the shliach tzibur. So this is very interesting. What's the reason why the Oila should read along? Why in the world should he read along? Because he's making a bracha? Okay, great. He's making a bracha. But the same way the Chazan, same way the Baal Koreh is might say the whole shul in Kriyas HaTorah, he's might see this guy in Kriyas HaTorah. Why should the Oila read along? The reason is, the Berura quotes from the Rosh, okay, that it's not mistaber that you should make a bracha on the kriya of somebody else. Even though, what do you mean? He's the one reading for everyone. He's the Baal Koreh. He's reading. I'm making a bracha because I get the Aliya. No, for you to make a bracha on someone else's reading is loy mistaber. What if the Oila is in the middle of Psukei de Zimra? So he's allowed to take the Aliya, but could he read along? Yes. What if he's in the middle of Kriya Shema? Then he doesn't read along. Then Shoimea Ka'oina. What if he's Beina Prakim of Kriya Shema? Rav Shlomo Zalman says, he should not read along. Why? Today we're not makbid sheha'oila yikra yached ema Koreh. Why? Because we'll even call up an Amma Oretz who doesn't know how to read to begin with. So even he could get an Aliyah. If you're in a spot where you can't talk, you don't read along. And the minhag ha'olam is that we don't remind the guy, hey, whisper along. No, we let it be. Most people, they're not saying it along anyway. I would add another thing. What if you don't know how to read? In other words, let's say you don't know the nekudais and you're going to mispronounce the words. So then of course you shouldn't read along. So basically, reading along is not me'ikar hadin, it's just a svara. It's a svara. The svara is, it's not mistaber that someone else that you should make a bracha on someone else's reading. But if you're in a compromised situation, you don't say it. And now the Mechaber says, you should say it benachas. Detrei kali loy mishtamoi, loy shaychi kim bekoreh bekoram. So you say, what do you mean to say benachas? Then I can't hear the Baal Koreh. No, only when you say it out loud you can't hear the Baal Koreh. If you say it softly, we do not apply the rule of trei kali loy mishtamoi. But the Mechaber says something very interesting. Shelo yashmi'a la'oznav. It should be soft enough that you yourself can hear it. Now that's interesting, because by Shemona Esrei, it has to be loud enough that you yourself could hear it. You know that. There's a question about the effort, whether you're Yotzei Shemona Esrei, if you say it so quietly that your own ear can't hear it. So why by saying it along with the Baal Koreh should it be so quietly? Al pi Kabbalah. Al pi Kabbalah, it's preferable that you say it so quietly that you yourself can't hear it. Shelo yashmi al azav. I am bebeis Yosef shehivi sad lazeh b'sefer hazayar. Now, what if you're annoying the Baal Koreh? Then you probably shouldn't say it along. Or make sure you say it quiet enough. If you yourself can't hear it, then you certainly shouldn't say it loud enough that the Baal Koreh should hear it. Now here's my question. You ready? What about if in a shul, what about for the Haftarah? Should you say it along with the Koreh? Now as we're going to see, if the shul does not have a klaf, every person in the shul is obligated to say it along. Otherwise you're not yotzei the Haftarah. But if there's a klaf, the listeners don't say it along. What about the oila? What about the oila? What about the oila? Do we say the Rosh Svara that loy mistaber sheyivarach ha'oila kriyas hashel tzibor? Or do we say like Rav Shlomo Zalman that minhag ha'olam she'ein maskirin la'oila likroi b'yachad Baal Koreh? Again, it's for sure less of a minhag for the oila to say it along for the haftarah, and certainly it should be quiet. It should be so soft that loy hishmiya la'aznav. Va'afilu mashmiya, rotzolaimer, after yoyser tov shaloy lahashmiya. Okay, now this is very important Ramah. This is very important Ramah. The Ramah says, even if you could hear it, it's not a problem. So does that mean you should say it loud enough that you could hear it? No. Rotzolaimer, what the Ramah means is, after yoyser tov shaloy lahashmiya la'aznav. Mikamakam im mashmiya gamkein lekal mechash. We're not concerned. Deloy adif mitfilo shetiknu gamkein belachash va'afilu hachi mashmiya la'aznav kidol el siman kaf aleph sebeis hachinamikein. In other words, the shita of the Ramah is not that you should be mashmiya la'aznav. No, it's better loy lahashmiya la'aznav. But if you do, lekal mechash. Now, if you look in the Sha'ar Tzion, he says, according to the Gra, who paskins by tefillah, and he brings a right from the Yushalmi, who holds it's better that it is yashmiya la'aznav. It's interesting. The Zohar seems to say that by Shemona Esrei, it should also be ein lahashmiya la'aznav. You hear that? The Zohar seems to say by Shemona Esrei also it should be loy lahashmiya la'aznav. But that's not the halacha. The halacha is, and the way the Gra learns the Zohar, that no, you should lechatchila better to be yashmiya la'aznav. And the Gra says the Zohar is not a stira. So according to that, the Sha'ar Tzion, it could be there is no Kabbalistic reason by Kriyas HaTorah shaloy lahashmiya la'aznav. In other words, according to the Gra, it could be there is no Kabbalistic svara that it would be preferable shaloy lahashmiya la'aznav by Kriyas HaTorah. But according to the way the Mishnah explains Mechaber Ramah, when you get an Aliya, you should say it along, preferably so quiet that even you yourself can't hear it.
By COVID, I saw clips by the Kaisel, and many people did it here also. They made the young, and the person who got them here made a bracha and didn't even go up to the space. That's what Koreh read. Is there any makar to that?
That what they called the guy up, he said the bracha from his spot?
Go up. He said the bracha from here, and then the Koreh read. I saw it by the Kaisel. My Rabbi was done like that. Many people did it. Is there makar at all?
We're able to give blind people an Aliya. Same thing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they don't even see what the Aliya is going on?
Right.
I guess B'shas... Right. B'shas Hadchak, I guess there's some kind of dispensation. Okay, we'll hold over here. Shkoyach.
Recording stopped.